Hello, pocket knife community, knife lovers, knife enthusiasts, interested viewers. Folder here. I want to do an unboxing of my probably my okay. So I know I've said before certain knives are my favorite knives and other knives are my favorite companies and all this other stuff, but when it comes to a knife for EDC, meaning everyday carry tasks, and that fits the complete bill for personal protection, this is my favorite knife, like of all time. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This knife is absolutely incredible, and it's because of a modification made by an aftermarket company. The knife already had the ergos, but this modification just made it floor perfect with no weaknesses. Okay, it made it with no weaknesses. And I'll put it out there. It's a Spyderco, and I know Spyderco doesn't necessarily just advertise this knife for personal protection, even though it does have two knives that are specifically for combat. The Canis and the Yojimbo 2 are two knives specifically designed for personal protection and self-defense and military and security and law enforcement. Like, those knives are specifically designed for that. I believe this knife is also designed for that, but Spyderco doesn't really advertise it as that. It did have one weakness before, like I said, but now that weakness has been eliminated. And then, yeah, this is my second one. Oh gosh. Okay, enough of that. Always excellently wrapped from this distributor. Okay, so it's a Spyderco, obviously, and as you can see, it is a paramilitary 2. The paramilitary 2, in my opinion, and for my hands, has the absolute #1 ergos for self-defense. #1 out of any knife I've ever owned or felt in my hand. If anyone, please put in the comments, know a knife better. And ergos, to me, are the #1 attribute for a knife for combat or self-defense. I am not claiming to be an expert knife fighter or expert in anything for that matter. I'm not going to disclose my background, but I have experience. And for me, this knife with the ergos are just incredible. With this ramp here, with the jimping, the way your thumb with the saber grip can be planted behind it, so that if in fact you penetrate material, your thumb is protected on the top ramp there. It's actually protected. And then the rest of the ergos are just incredible. There's no downturn in the back of the knife. When I say downturn in the handle, I mean, like, say for instance in the Engage, which is another knife that I absolutely love, but falls short of this, because if you look at it, it has these lock-ins. There's one here and there's one here. So when you hold on to this knife, it's fantastic, because it can be, the reason why this thing is so dirty is because I'm carrying it. This is one I'm carrying in my pocket for a few days. It has these downturns, and if your hand is small enough to fit in there with no problem, then those are really good, because it locks your hand in, it protects your index finger, it locks your thumb in. So, if you're using a knife in this fashion, your hand is locked in. So it's very nice. But the problem is, my hands are a little big for this. Just a little bit. It's just a little cramped. It fits, but it just doesn't feel ultimately comfortable. And, I mean, this knife wouldn't fall into that category, because this lock, you have to really disengage from the knife in order to get to this lock. So this knife wouldn't fall into that category, in my opinion. So a knife that would fit my hand perfectly would be a knife that has a release like this, where the back is more open. These Flytanium scales are contoured enough just to have that perfect feeling in your hand. So yeah, there's no this is not falling out of my hand, slipping out of my hand. You're not gonna make many mistakes with this. So yeah, but that's one of the reasons why the PM2 is my absolute favorite. But it fell short because there's a compression lock. For me, I'm right-handed, so the compression lock's fine. But for lefties, the compression lock is not ideal. Okay, lefties of course can use the compression lock, of course, but retracting it is a little bit of a problem with your left hand. It can be done, it's just that it's not completely fluid. I need something where I can use right hand or left hand, full deployment and extraction with total lockup, put in my pocket. You know, if I have something else in one hand, if I have a firearm in one hand, a flashlight in one hand, a knife in another hand, I need seamless movement, either hand in and out. So it has to be completely ambidextrous. So up until now, this knife, as much as I love it, just did not fit that bill. But with the creation of the Ambi button by Blades We Love, because the patent expired for the Spyderco compression lock, so now anybody can take the compression lock and put it on their knives, and anybody can modify it any way they want. You know, Blades We Love did. They put this button here, you know, and as you can see, the I'm terrible today. The dip here to allow access to the compression lock doesn't exist on the scales here because they put the button. So that button allows for complete left-handed and right-handed operation, flawless, you know, with the Ambi. So the knife that I just received is also an Ambi. Yeah, this is my second one, and this one I will also use when I'm, you know, going out and I'm very serious about what I'm doing. This also has G10. This also has G10, except it has the conventional G10, textured G10. You know, not the one with the hexagonal pattern that's on this. It's just the regular one. So yeah, I knew I wanted another one. I was gonna get this same one just in a different color, but I said, you know, why do that? Why not get something that has a completely different texture? Yeah, a completely different texture. And like I said, you know, complete left-handed operation with the Ambi button. You know, yeah, really nice, really nice. It's in the traditional CPM S45 VN that the PM2s have been coming in now for a few years. You know, they started out all S30. At one time they were S30s, and then they might even have had an S35 run, I'm not sure, but now most of them are S45 VN. Yeah, blade's not scented. That's a little disheartening. Is this one? Yeah, this one is. This one is not. So yeah, that's a little disheartening, but you know, I'll work on it. You know, sometimes you know, you might have to do something. This one actually feels really, really good in hand. Really good. I mean, really, really excellent. I mean, listen, if you know the PM2 and you know how good it feels in hand, then you know this is no different. So yeah. Anyway, I gotta switch this for the left hand carry. And yeah. Anyway, all right, that's it, man. The blades we love, PM2 Ultra Ambi with the button. Very nice product. All right, thanks. All I got.